This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Once again, good evening, everyone. Last class we discussed. How to create a Azure account and how to create storage account and data factory. How to launch the services storage account data factory, and we discussed a difference between a resource group and a subscription. Okay, these things we discussed in the last session, guys. Here I uploaded the document here. You can go through this one. After the session completed, so I already provided the access to you guys, so you can go to here. So in this one I uploaded the notes also. Okay, storage accounts related notes also I uploaded. You can go through this one. Now guys, so I already provided. If you do not get the drive access, message me in WhatsApp. Okay, so share your email ID. Those who are interested to continue the course, guys, share your email ID. We'll provide the drive access. Okay, now coming to today's session, guys. So today we are going to start with a data factory. Azure data engineering services, we are having a storage account, data factory, data bricks, like multiple services we have. Among all, I'm going to start with the data factory. So here, guys, a data factory is a cloud ETL tool. Cloud ETL. Actually, here, guys, people are saying it as a ETL. Actually, in the data factory, we can do a data ingestion, data processing, scheduling, monitoring, like end to end orchestration we can do, end to end we can do. So here a data ingestion, in the sense, so I said we are having a huge amount of data, so like big data. To maintain this one, we are having a storage account. In the storage account, when you select ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage, as this is the data lake backend, multiple systems are connected over a network, okay, distributed file system. If the data is increasing, the systems are added, so it becomes the data lake. Here my requirement is, I want to get the data from the sources. As I said, for suppose, I already told you this example, ICICI related. Traditionally they are going to maintain the data warehouse, but as the data is increasing, they are going for data lake. Data lake. Now for ICICI, there is a one of the source system, which is a visa and master. Visa and master. Okay, now the requirement is, so whatever these people data, they are going to maintain by the source system. Here, be a data engineer, your responsibility is you have to ingest your data into the file system. So this is, ICSI is going to maintain the file system. Now here, be a data engineer, your responsibility is whatever the source system, we have to connect into the source system and we have to get your data into your environment. So here, like this is the one source, I want to connect it to this one. Similar way, they may have multiple sources. They may have multiple sources. So we have to connect into the sources and we have to get it. So we have to connect into the sources and we have to ingest the data into here. For this, we can use the ADF, Azure Data Factory. Okay. Now, Guys, this is one use case I said. Like data factory, we can do multiple things, guys. Now, here, ingestion is that one. Processing means after ingesting the data, as per the requirement, you have to extract. For suppose I said an example, I have a basket of multiple fruits. I want to search for required fruit. Scheduling means I want to run this ETL pipeline. Okay. So every day, so and so time, I want to get it. Okay. So we have a predefined scheduling triggers. There are multiple triggers are there, using that we can schedule the pipeline and monitoring the pipeline. So guys, working people, they know the way we are having control M, autosys, airflow, some scheduling tools are there. So we are going to monitor the jobs. The same thing, everything we can do in the data factory also. Okay. Now here, what are the components of data factory? What are the components of data factory? Guys, in the interview, people will ask this question: what are the components of the data factory? Which is important, guys. Observe this one. One is a pipelines, activities, linked services, data sets, integration runtime, and triggers. And triggers. As part of our data factory, we are going to learn these components only. We are going to learn these components only. Now, here there are multiple activities are there. Each activity is having its own task. Each activity is having its own task. For suppose example, I am having copy activity, copy the data. Okay. I am having a stored procedure activity, calling the stored procedure. Guys, working people, those who already having informatica or any ETL experience, there we are building the mapping. Similar way, we are also building the mapping using the activities. Okay. Each activity is having its own task. Pipeline contains multiple tasks, a set of activities. So there are multiple activities are there. Each activity we can connect each other and we can build the pipeline. We can build the pipeline. Okay. Let me show you that one. Let me show you that one. Go to a data factory. Okay. Guys, here I already created a resource group. Okay. So today also I'm going to create a one more time. So after login, okay, do one thing. Let me show you. So go to portal.azure.com. Guys, as today is the second time I'm going to create and I'm going to show you. Tomorrow onwards, I will use the existed one, guys. So I already have a data factory account. I'm going to use the data factory account. One second. One second. Yeah, guys, please make self mute. One second. I don't have it. Okay. Guys, when you are practicing, when you message me, I will share the code. You can log in here. That could not work. Shravan? Shravan? Okay, fine. Yes, we can do one thing. Okay, we have to go for another way. Okay, instead of that, so admin is not there. He maintain his mail ID. Let it be. So after login, guys, you will get these details. Okay. So go to resource group, create a new resource group. Here I'm going to maintain RG underscore, okay, Srinivas underscore batch 53. This is my current batch. Okay. You can mention any region. I'm going to create a region here. Might be I have done copy paste wrong. This code could not work. Please try again. Okay, leave it. Now, here I created a resource group. This is my resource group. Whatever the services are there, the services are attached to the resource group. Services or resources. Okay. Yes, whenever you are practicing, okay, you can message us. I will share the code. Actually, we have to provide the alternate email ID. Okay, because multiple people are logging, so sometime it is going to be log. So here I'm going to start the data factory. This is connected to the resource group, which is connected to the subscription. So I already created a resource group. Now I'm going to launch the data factory service. Go to here. Here type data factories. Here these are all already created data factories. Now I'm going to create my own. So here I'm going to attach it to this group, resource group. Now what is your data factory name? Dev ADF batch 53. My data factory name. Now review and create. I already told you in the real time you no need to do this creation, guys. There will be a separate admin. They are going to create this one. They simply provide the resource group and data factory name to you. Deployment completed. Now go to resource. Okay, in the resource group, this is the data factory I created. Launch this one. Okay, now here, guys, this is the home tab. Here you can go to the other. As remaining I will explain in the coming classes, don't worry. Go to other. Okay, here you can see the pipeline. Here you can create a new pipeline. So here this is the pipeline name. Okay, so you can see the pipeline 1. These are all the category of the activities. For suppose general, we are having a list of activities. Okay, these activities we can attach each other here. Okay, pipeline contains activities. Each activity is having its own task. So here what you have to understand is your data factory is having a pipeline contains set of activities. So there are different categories of the activities. Using these activities we can build the pipeline. Okay, now that is this one. Now what is linked services? Linked services establishes a connection from a data factory to the source. Okay, now consider an example. I am having a data in the database. Consider I'm having a data in the Oracle. Okay, so Oracle or anything, you can mention anything. So here consider this is the source system, and here I want to get the data into lake. Lake. Okay, for this I am going to build the pipeline. For this I am going to build the pipeline. Pipeline contains activities. This is the ADF pipeline. Okay, so ADF pipeline. Okay, you can do one thing. So this is the ADF environment. In the ADF I am having a pipeline. Consider I am having a pipeline. Pipeline. Pipeline contains activities. So here pipeline contains activities. One of the activity is a copy activity. One of the activity is a copy activity. Like a copy activity, I can have a multiple activities also in the pipeline. Now here the component linked service. Okay, linked service establishes a connection. So here my requirement is in this one. Okay, this team, they are maintaining the data. So whatever my data, okay, so I am working as a data engineer here. So my ICICI related, so whatever the data, they are going to maintain their own environment. So their own environment, so here they are having a data in the form of table, a debit card transactions. There is a table, so they are going to maintain the data here. Now they ask us, okay boss, we are maintaining your data here, you can get the data into your environment. Then what we have to do is I'm going to implement a ADF pipeline. So here here a component called linked service, what it is going to do is it is going to establishes a connection from your data factory to the source, in this case SQL server. So here I am going to create a linked service to connect it to the SQL server. Earlier, if it is any coding related, we have to provide the host name, username, password, right? Similar way, at the time of creating a linked service, we are going to provide the details. So linked service establishes a connection. A linked service establishes a connection. This linked service name is this one, which will from data factory to the SQL server. Similar way, I am going to create a linked service for here also. Here also. Okay, so here ls underscore adls gen2. So here what you have to understand is in the data factory there is a component linked service which establishes a connection from data factory to the source environment. So how to create a linked services and all, next class I will tell you. For the time being, understand this one. That is a linked service. Then what about data set? Then what about data sets? After establishes a connection, which one do you want to connect? So here my requirement is I want to copy the data, whatever the debit card transactions data I want to copy into here. So after establishes a connection, which data you want to do? Okay, so data sets represents the location of the data. So data set represents the location, which one do you want to handle? So now I want to do this one. So there create a data set for it. Okay, that is one thing. Now, so data sets provides the location and type of the data. Okay, then so here guys, integration runtime provides the computing environment to the data factory. So computing environment, so somewhere we have to do computation. Okay, so that environment is provide the integration runtime, that is a kind of OS. So the Windows we have a operating system, right, which is the heart. Similar way integration runtime also. Here triggers mainly for scheduling purpose. Guys, working people, you know. Okay, so here my requirement is every day morning this pipeline, whatever this pipeline will connect it to this one, whatever the data I want to copy into this one, I want to run this one every day. So these kind of requirements, so scheduling we can do in the triggers. Okay, so these are all main components of the data factory, guys. Among all, here activities are playing a key role, because as per the requirement we have to use multiple activities. We have to use multiple activities. So we will learn activities one by one, guys. I'm repeating again. So there is a data factory. So there is a data factory. What it is going to do, it is having a pipelines. What pipeline contains? Pipeline contains multiple activities. Each activity is having its own task. That is one thing. Then what is the linked service? So from data factory, whatever you want to connect, so we have to create a linked service for it. Then what is data set? Once establish a connection, after that which one you want to handle, so that we have to create in the data set. Okay, so guys, here this terminology is new to you. Okay, first time it will be completely new to you. Going forward you will habituated this terminology, guys. Okay, now here as part of this one, so today we'll start with how to create a pipeline, how to run the pipeline, how to attach the activities, so how to debug the pipeline. So those things we will discuss today, guys. Okay, now first, for suppose if you are learning any programming language like Python, you are going to learn first variables, then data types, then conditional statements, conditional statement if condition, then for loops, then functions. So step by step we can learn. Similar way, even in the data factory also I am going to discuss like this. Data factory also I am going to discuss the activities like this. So as part of today we are going to create, so we will learn how to create a pipeline, how to debug the pipelines, how to use set variable activity, how to use set variable activity. These things we will learn today. Okay, now first, guys, sometimes I'm going to comparing with Python. It is not mandatory to learn Python, okay, to know Python. So any programming language is fine. Consider in Python my requirement is I am having a variable person name equal to Ravi, and I want output a message like this: person name is Ravi. Okay, so whatever the variable value I want to do this one, for this we are going to write a print statement like this: print person name is. So you can take a variable, you can take a variable. Okay, now similar kind of thing I want to implement a ADF also. Okay, so first go to your data factory. So here when I open, here you can see, guys. Okay, I'm opening once again. After launching the data factory, mouse left click, select this one, launch studio. Here you can see the home page, left side panel you can see the other. Okay, click other. Here guys, when you keep your mouse here, you can see three dots here. Okay, select the three dots, new pipeline, select the pipeline. Here whatever the name here, the same name will be here also. Okay, I'm going to write a set variable activity. This is my pipeline name. Okay, now here you can see guys, this one is a properties. Select this one. When you click this one, it will be like this. Okay, now here you can see this is the space workspace. So here we can attach the pipelines. There are different categories of the activities. Using these activities we can attach these activities here and we can build the pipeline. Okay, now here guys, there is a variables. Here I am going to create a variable. This variable, once you declare, entire pipeline I can use. Once you declare a variable, entire pipeline I can use. Now I am going to create a variable person name. Here the way in the data fact in the Python, you are going to create a variable and you are going to print a message. Similar way, what I am going to do is I am going to create a variable person underscore name. Okay, now in the programming language you are going to write like this. So the value is assigned to here. Similar way, for this variable I want to assign the value. To assign the value to a variable, here also we have to use the activity. Go to general. Here you can see set variable activity. Here you can see set variable activity. When you use your mouse here, you can see using mouse left to click, select this one, drag this one into here. Using mouse left to click, select and drag this one into here. Guys, all of you carefully observe in this entire workspace. Okay, so when I click outside, you can see this thing. This is the entire pipeline related information tabs. Now using mouse left to click, when I selected this one, it is going to highlighted this activity related properties, this activity related info. I am repeating, when I selected this one outside here, when I select anything, this is the entire pipeline related. When I select this one, this is this particular activity related. Now my requirement is I am having a variable. I am having a variable. For this variable I want to assign. So what set variable activity is going to do is, whatever the variable, for that variable it is going to assign the value. Now here I am selecting this one. So here whatever you have written, this will be here. Okay, now I am going to write here get person name. Get person name. Now this is activity name. Okay, set variable is the type of the activity. Activity name is the get person name. You can see settings. Here you have to provide the variable. For which variable you want to assign the value. Right now I can see only one variable. Similar way, for suppose when you click outside, in this one you can see a message. Two variables are there. Two variables are there. Here this set variable is a set variable activity is assigned a value to a variable. Which variable? Here you can select. There are two variables are there. Which variable you want to select? I want to select this variable. What is the value you want to assign? I want to assign the value Ravi. I want to assign the value Ravi. Now here guys, you can see settings, variable value. Here you can see this one. When we have a star here, it is not yet saved. If you want to save this pipeline, If you want to save this pipeline, you can use the publish. Mouse left click, select this one, publish, publish. Guys, for the time being, consider publish is a kind of save. What exactly publish? So what happened when you do publish? So next classes I will tell you. For the time being, I created a pipeline. I am going to save the pipeline. Now I want to execute the pipeline. To execute the pipeline, we can use debug. Select this one. Select this one. Now here, you can go to here. So this is the variable and this is the value. Okay. Now output, you can see this one. Now my requirement is I want to see the output like this. I want to see the output like this. But here what happened is there is no print messages. So here what we can do is so whatever you want to make it. So this is also I am going to assigning to a variable in the ADF. Okay. Now I am having a message variable. For this message variable, I want to assign the value like person name is Ravi. Now, this is the variable, right? I want to assign the value. To assign the value, we have to use the set variable activity. So where is the set variable activity? Here you can see under general, you can see the set variable activity. Using mouse left to click, select and drag this one into here. Okay, now if you observe here, this is the highlighted part. You can see this activity related info. Now when I selected outside, this is entire pipeline related. And also here you can see my requirement is after executing this one, I want to execute. Here you can see drag this one. Here you can see success, drag this one. Means after completion of this activity will be executed. Now I'm repeating, guys. Here you can see on success, mouse left click, select and drag this one into here. Okay. Now in this one, what happened is I want to write a message. I want to write a message like this message. Okay. Or we can write like this get message. Go to settings. Here set variable is going to assign a value to a variable. Which variable you want to assign for this variable? What is the value? So here you can see. Here my requirement is I want to assign the value as person name is Ravi. So here go to add dynamic content and here you can mention. So here I want like this, right? Person name is Ravi. So here this is one string and this is one string. So multiple strings we can combine using the concat method. So in the programming language, concat is a predefined method to combining multiple strings. Go to functions. Here you can see the string function. Here you can see concat. Just select this one concat. So automatically it is going to be like this. I'm repeating here. Go to here, add dynamic content, select this one. Here go to functions. Here you can see predefined functions are available. Guys, whatever the expressions you have to write, they already provided a predefined functions. Only using those functions we can write an expression. Now my requirement is I want to combine multiple strings. So go to string function. There is a concat. Select this one. What do you want to concat? My requirement is I want to print a message like this. Person name is. Okay. After this, I want to print a Ravi. Ravi is a variable. Ravi, the value is assigned to a variable. Go to variables. Here you can see the variable. What are the list of variables available? Here I am going to select the variable person name here. Guys, when you click this one, automatically you can see. Observe this one carefully. When I select the variable, automatically you can see variables of this one. Click OK. Now I want to save this one. Click Publish All. Now a debug. After publishing, you can see debug. This is the first activity, get person name Ravi, and one more activity, person name is Ravi, message is Ravi. For suppose here I changed the value. Okay, here I changed the value Rahul. Now in the get message, here you can see this variable is having a value Rahul. In this one, here I have written the message person name is, what is the value Rahul. The value will be printed. Debug. Here you can see person name Rahul, person name is Rahul, a message like this. Okay, so here I am debugging, I am publishing. Now here my requirement is, next my requirement is, I am having in Python, I am having a variables like this. I want output, I want output, person name is Ravi and age is 23. Person name is Ravi and age is 23. Now if you want to write this one in Python, we are going to write like this. Person name is, okay, person underscore name and age is person underscore age. This is we are going to write in Python. Now the same thing in the ADF also I am going to do. So here I am going to implement a pipeline again. Okay, guys, here as this is the first time, this is the UI based. I already told you guys, my 1 hour session for your practice, it will take 2 hours. First 1 week, it will be like this. Okay, now I am going to implement again. I am going to create a new pipeline using mouse. You can go to here, you can see, click this one, new pipeline. So here I am going to use the to underscore set variable activity example. Okay, now observe this one. So here my requirement is I want to take it two variables. Go to variables. Here I can take a variable as person underscore name. Guys, here this is the data types. Okay, string, boolean, array, integer, only these data types it can support. Now one more thing is you can take person age. Okay, you can make it a string or integer, whatever it is, fine. Now for this variable I want to assign the value. To assign the value we have to use the set variable activity, so that is present under the general. One is for person name, another is for person age. Okay, now select one activity, change the thing, get person name. Activity name I changed. Which variable you want to assign the value? I want to assign the value to this variable. What is the value? Okay, what is the value? Ravi. Okay, now for this variable what do you want? I want to get the age. Okay, so for my understanding I can provide the activity name. Now for which variable you want to assign? this one. What is the value you want to assign? I want to assign the value like this. Now my requirement is I want to print a message. Okay, directly there is no print statements we have. So I'm going to take a one more variable which is a message. Okay. Now for this message I want to assign the value. To assign the value we have to use set variable activity. Okay, so here get message. Okay. Now, which variable you want to assign? This variable. What is the value? I want a combination of multiple strings. So go to functions, go to string function, select concat, select this one. Here you can see person name is. Here I want a value Ravi. The value is already assigned to a variable. You can take this variable. Okay. And age is comma age. So here if you observe this one guys, concatenation of multiple strings. Person name is variable, person name Ravi and age is this one. Now select. Okay. Now publish all, it is going to be saved. Now debug. Here you can see guys, person name Ravi. For this variable value is 23. For this variable, message variable, the value is a person name is Ravi and age is 23. Okay, this is fine. Now, so here in this one I'm going to change the, okay, I'm going to change this one. Krish, age is 31. Okay, now observe the output. Here what I am going to do, person name is take the variable and age is take the value. Okay, person name Krish, age is 31. Person name is Krish and age is 31. Okay, now publish all. Now take one assignment guys. Okay, so self introduction. Okay, self introduction. Take a variable person name. Okay, person name you can mention anything, Raju, and person age. Okay, 21. Person gender. Okay, male. Person location. Okay, Hyderabad. Now I want value output. I want output like this. Person name is Raju, comma age is 21, comma gender is male and location is Hyderabad. So right now I have taken two variables guys. You have to take a four variables for printing related one variable, total five variables, and I want output like this. I want output like this. Here you have to take this variable value. Here we have to take this variable. Here we have to take this variable. Here we have to take this variable. So take this one as an assignment guys and submit the assignment to this one, python-coding.in. Okay guys, as I told you, I'm sorry to repeat multiple times, this 1 hour session for your practice it will take 2 hours guys. So first 1 week you should have a lot of patience guys. because this UI, completely UI. Some people may understand immediately, some people may not able to, guys. So go through the recording. Okay, that is one thing. And what are the people are doing the mistakes here? Generally, most of the people will do the mistakes. One thing is here, if you observe, okay, so here make sure this is in the single quote only. Whatever the string you have written, make sure it is in the single quote only. For suppose here, if I have written like this, double quotes and double quotes, it won't accept, you can say, unrecognized expression. In programming language like Python, double quotes, single quotes, triple single, triple double we can allow, but here, okay, double quotes won't allow. So make sure it is a single quote only. Single quote only, single quote only. That is one thing people will do the mistake. And the other one is, okay, and the other one is, if you observe this one, here I'm assigning the value, right? Okay, do one thing, I'm going to minimize this one. Okay, here you can see, okay, I'm clicking this one. Okay, now for this message variable, I am assigning the value, right? Okay, observe this one, concat of person name is, here we have to provide the variable, right? By mistake, instead of this one, by mistake people will give the variable like this. Okay, so here read the error. The expression contains self-referencing variable. A variable cannot reference itself in the expression. You are assigning a value to a variable message, the same variable you are using here. So it is throwing an error, self-referencing variable. Guys, I am repeating, whenever you got this error, self-referencing variable, it means, so for which variable you are assigning the value, you are using the same variable here. We should not do like that, guys. Okay, this is the people are getting the, frequently people will get these errors. So before starting, if you get these kind of errors, you have to analyze once again, guys. Okay, so this is about the set variable activity. So still we have to discuss few more things. So there is a default value. What is default value, I can tell you in the next session, guys. Anybody, any doubts, guys? Okay, guys, today I'm stopping early. Okay, because if I go continuously, it will be confusion to you. Okay, that's why I'm going to step by step. So tomorrow we will discuss the copy activity. Tomorrow we'll discuss the copy activity. In this copy activity, okay, I'm going to use the variable set variable. So today you learn set variable, tomorrow you will learn copy. Using these two, third day I'm using this one. So I'm going to use each activity, I'm going to use in the next day also. So make sure each activity related you should perfect, guys. Tomorrow I will explain the copy activity. So for some of the scenarios in the copy activity, I will use the set variable activity again. Okay, so those who practiced today, they can understand tomorrow session, guys. Okay, anybody, guys, any doubts? Online folks, will airflow be dealt in the course? Airflow, no. Airflow, no. Okay, not required, guys. Actually triggers we have, we can go for it. Now, guys, those who are all would like to continue the course, guys, so you can fill a form, you will get in a recording session, you can go to, you can go through that one. Okay, you can go to this one, guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Srinivas, can we create like complex objects in that? In this,
Yes,
like
yes,
for example,
we can.
when we are creating, okay. And then
JSON
like in
files.
single
Yeah.
and in single step only we can assign all the variable names,
Yes.
right? And we don't
So
know.
set variable, one value only. Okay, actually, here what happened is, for suppose in the pipeline, if the value is going to change frequently, then we are using the set variable. For suppose,
Okay.
consider, okay, consider copy activity. For suppose I want to copy the file, so 10 files I want to copy, 10 times copy activity not required. So I can use the variable, I can iterate. The way you are using in the programming language, a variable
Okay.
in iterator, similar way we can use that one.
Okay. And like the example which you were giving, right, that we are going to get the data from, for example, my organization, it is getting the data from Visa or MasterCard, right? So is it like a real-time example? Do we really
Real
get
time
the
also
data like
we will
this?
have a source systems. Real
Mm-hmm.
time also we will have a source system. So your project related, what is the source system? It can be a file, it can be a relational database, it can be a API call. So we have to
Okay.
connect it to the source systems and we have to extract the data.
Okay. So
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So it like the integration might be through any
Yes.
API which a third party
Yes.
has
Already it
exposed
is
into.
already having a connector, so we can use those connectors.
Okay.
Okay. And can we create, okay, so if you want to assign a value of a variable itself, that's why I showed, okay, so the it is going to throw an error. Okay, so that's why self-referencing we cannot do. We connect the pipeline to the
And
database before adding activities. Yes, my Mukesh, we can do. We can connecting to the database. So guys, those who are already working people, okay, working people X point of view, I'm saying guys, traditionally we are having a Linux files. Those files using any ETL tools, we are going to load the data into the tables. Guys, working people point of view, I'm saying. So these are files related. Okay, it can be a particular date files. Okay, so each day file, so I want to load it into respective table. Multiple files, multiple tables. Okay, so we have to schedule this one. Traditionally, we are doing autosys control M jobs. The same thing we are going to do in the cloud also. Okay, now the source, it can be a file system or it can be a database or it can be a API call. Already they are having a predefined connectors activities. Using that, we are going to handling the data ingestion and the data processing part, guys, in the data factory. And scheduling related, so traditionally we are having autosys control M job. Okay, any this one airflow kind of the same thing, we have a data factory also, we can do scheduling. So there we are going to monitor the jobs, right? Similar way here also we are going to monitor the pipelines. So guys, these are all working people, they can understand. Remaining people ignore this one, guys. Okay. So I have a particular date files, last three date files. So if you have indicator flag, then only copy the files. We have a zip file flag. So all these scenarios I'm going to cover in the coming sessions, guys. So mainly copy activity. If you understand copy activity, trust me, guys, 30% you will understand. Getting a value same variable. Same variable we cannot say. See. Please confirm you unmute once. I'm not muted. Please unmute one. BP, I did not muted you. People are asking the doubts also. Guys, if you are unable to, you can message me in WhatsApp. I will connect. Okay. And also share your email IDs, guys. I will provide the drive also. BP someone. Okay, you can message me in chat. I will connect after 5 minutes. Okay. So, guys, tomorrow also you can join using the same link, guys. Thank you.